This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, good evening and good morning. So in the last session we were discussing about these controls, right? So let's finish off these controls today, the item category controls, standard TAN. So we have discussed up to this, right, in the last session. So the next is uh, create PO automatic, this field create PO automatic. So what is this create PO automatic? Why we need this? So if you see the processes, either it in the IPO process, you see we are triggering a purchase order to a vendor, right? In the third party process also, whenever you create an order, as we don't manufacture that product, we automatically trigger a purchase order to vendor. So how or where this is the control that whenever we create an order in the third party or IPO process, system is automatically triggering a purchase order. So where is the control? This is the control. System is triggering an automatic purchase order whenever you create a order, right? So what is the item category for third party? It is TAS, TAS. So if you go to TAS, but you don't see this active, right? You don't see this particular create PO automatic active. Why this is not activated third party? Because in the real time, we don't use this task item category for third party. We use this task, but we keep this for the manual. Okay, we keep this for the manual. So what is the other item category in the real time we use? That is called as ALES. You see, ALES third party. If for this, the create PO automatic would be activated by default. But for the task, it will not be activated because we don't use this in the real time for automatic. For automatic, we use only ALES. This item category task we use for the manual. Okay. And the other thing is, yesterday I hope I haven't told you about this field. This field is very important actually. This field is very important for the third party process. Okay. Anyway, we'll discuss this at the time of third party process, but keep in mind that this field billing relevance is very important for the third party process. This can be one question for sure in the interview as well. Billing relevance. Okay. We'll discuss this at where it comes to the item category. Right. So this is create PO automatic. Then next is a structure scope. This field structure scope is applicable for BOM scenario in the bill of materials. Let's say we create a material computer and this has components: monitor, mouse, keyboard, and CPU. But what is CPU? A CPU is also again part combination of components, right? You have RAM, you have processor, you have hard drive, right? Like it's also a component. That means this is single level BOM, that is main item having sub items. This is multi-level BOM, that is a sub item is again having sub item. This is multi-level BOM. So in a sales document, how you want to trigger this material, whether you want to trigger a single level BOM or a multi-level BOM is controlled by this field called as structure scope. Structure scope. So as I mentioned, this is only for the BOM header pricing. So this particular structure scope is applicable only for one item category, that is TAQ, BOM header pricing, extended delivery, TAQ. This structure scope is applicable A. That means here you can control whether you want to explode a single level BOM or you want to explode a multi-level BOM, or you just don't want to explode any BOM. That you can control here. But see, when you practice this particular BOM, usually you will be maintaining this for the standard TAN and you will be practicing. Make sure you remove this and make it blank for TAN. If not, system always stops you saying that enter BOM material. Okay, you can try this scenario by with the TAN as well. In the TAN, just put a structure scope and you create a material. System will stop you saying that enter this particular BOM material. But once you try the scenario, please remove it. And the last control in the screen is value contract material and value contract release. This can be a very important interview question in the interviews. What is value? What is contract release control? This field. What is contract release control? Let's say you created some material for value contract. Okay, for value contract specific, you created some material. That material you can assign it here. That material you can assign it here. So what is item category for value contract? Anyone?
WKN.
WKN. WKN, value contract item. So if you created a material for a value contract, what you can do is for this WKN, you can assign this material here like this. And you can mention the contract release control. So what does this contract release control at the item level? That is, let's say I created a contract for X material for 1 lakh. Now I'm trying to create an order for 1,50,000. So what happens? I'm creating 50,000 more, right, than the contract value. So how system should respond in this case of deviation? That is controlled by contract release control. That means whether system should throw a warning message or a error message or a warning message with what is the value is exceeding. That is controlled by this contract release control. So you can see here response on reaching release order value in value contract. No response if target value is exceeded, or just give a warning message or error message, or like printing with warning, right? So this contract release control will control that at any time for a value contract. If the contract value is exceeding, that means the order whatever you're creating with reference to the contract is exceeding, system will stop you. That means it will throw an error and stop you, right? So this is what the controls what we have in this particular item category. Right. So let's move on to the next concept, that is item category determination. So what is the T code for item category determination? I hope it is VOV4 slash VOV4. Yeah, VOV4. So what is item category determination? So first of all, what is an item category? Anyone? What's an item category? An item category controls how the item should behave in the sales document, right? But how that item category comes into the sales document? The item category comes into the sales document with item category determination. How it comes into sales document? With item category determination. So how do you do that? With the VOV4 transaction. That means if I'm creating an order with OR, and in the material master, if I maintain it as norm, then what item category should come into sales document? Anyone?
TAN.
With this TAN, standard item TAN, right? So how an item category is coming into sales document? With a combination of order, item category group. If you have a sub item, you will use higher level item in third party, in the free goods scenario, material determination scenario, wherever you have a sub item. And if you want to go for automatic item category determination, we also use this usage. That is by default. If it is OR and if the item category determination is BANS, then which item category system should determine?
TAS.
That is TAS, third party item category. And this is the item category group for that material we maintain in the material master. OR and BANC, which item category system should determine?
TAK.
No, TAB, IPO process. This is TAB, IPO process, right? OR and 0001. This should determine which item category. What is this process?
Item category TAN.
TAK, make to order process. TAK, make to order process. OR and 0002. Which item category this should get? That is TSC, variant configuration. TAC variant configuration, right? So this is how we have this order sales document type, item category, and the higher level item, which will determine default item category. That means whenever you create an order, item category is coming automatically at the item level in a sales document. How? With this configuration setup, whatever you are maintaining here. So why you really need this? Let's say in the real time, you'll be creating lots of user document types and different item categories. Earlier, yesterday I told you, right? If I don't want to perform credit, how do we can do it? That is, you can change either the material in the material item category group, or you can change the standard item and get a different item category, right? So in the study material, you have lots of scenarios for this. Yeah. So lots of scenarios, and you have everything in the study material. You can just go through this. So you can see the scenarios. So you see OR norm, TAN, OR ban, STAS, OR BNC tab. So there are 4 parameters which will decide which item category should come into sales document. Out of that, very frequently we use these two. And whenever we have a sub item, we use this particular higher level item. An automatic item category, then we use this. That means, let's say if I want to determine a free goods, then what we can do, OR norm and higher level item is TAN. Then it will determine free goods called
NN.
as TANN,
NN.
right? Likewise, OR norm, and we have a usage by default which SAP has provided free and TAN. This is also TANN free goods. This is an automatic item category which system by default identifies this is a TANN. Okay, so that's what the free good item category determination happens. So you have all the scenarios here in the study material. You can just go and try. You have material determination, all the scenarios we have it here, right? But if you see here, there is something called as manual item category. What is this manual item category? And in total, how many manual item categories we'll have? So in the entries also they ask this question: how many manual item categories we have? In total, we have 11 manual item categories. If you go to the new entries, you will see them. Manual item categories. In total, there are 11 manual item categories. So, but what is this manual item category and how we use it? That is, if I create a sales order, so if I create a sales order, um, so for this particular item, 100 system has by default taken 10, but this material is not available. I want to procure it from the vendor. So what I should be do? So user should be in a position to change from TAN to TAS. TAS is third party item, right? So that system can immediately pick a purchase order and it will send to the vendor. So TAS, right? Not possible. Okay, there is some consumption account issue. Okay, there is some consumption that is some accounting. This happen. If not, what happens is system should allow it to change, or else I'll change it to free goods TANN. Yeah, you see now system allowed to change this item category from TAN to TANN, right? So how system is allowing me to change this? That is through the manual item category. That means for this combination OR, NAM, by default system will get a TAN. But if I put some item category in the manual item category, user is allowed to change only to this particular item categories. Let's say now system allowed me to change TANN. I'll save this. Right, system allowed me to change to TANN, right? But now if I go back and if I try this again, so earlier system allowed me to change to TANN. Now if I change TANN, system throws an error. Item category TINN is not defined for this item. Where exactly it is not defined? It is not defined in the manual item categories. If I put here TINN, then system will allow the user to change the item category in the sales document. That is manual item category, right? So this is all about the item category determination. So how an item category will come into sales document, and we already discussed about the Vivo V7 functionality, and these are the manual item category. That means whether user is allowed to change the item category from standard to other, right?
Uh,
So this is,
Praveen, uh,
yeah.
hi Praveen, Anaga here. There is a lag, like whatever you're talking and the screen, right? There is a little difference coming, like so. Why? I don't know if everybody is facing that or I am the only one.
Is it the same situation, everyone, or it's good for you?
Yeah,
Blocked. I was about to, say this.
Okay. Okay.
no, sir, not from you.
Not for you. Okay. It might be for some people. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's continue for another 4 or 5 minutes and see. It's still,
Okay.
it's there. Let
Yeah,
us
it
read.
is like that.
Okay. Let's continue for 5 minutes, and if it's the same thing, we'll rejoin and continue. Okay.
Okay.
Praveen, I may have a question.
Go ahead.
For free goods TANN, we have two situations. One, for we can give their item uses, and second one is higher level item.
Hmm.
What is difference between these two? Actually, both are automatic determinations, na?
Hmm.
Then what is difference between these two?
OR, norm, higher level item is ZTAN. Okay. It is not TAN, ZTAN. So will system determine TANN? And this is a ZOR. Will system identify this as a free goods?
If we define it in this way,
Right? If we define it in this way. But here, ZOR, norm, if you put free, by default system will identify, because system knows that free means free goods. Okay. So this is automatic item category determination. That means by default system will understand. But this particular is a manual item category determination. Like in the business, if you have any your own configuration, you can do it like this. Okay. So that is what the usage is all about. Usage will help the system to identify what kind of item category it is.
okay, I got it, got it. Thank you.
Right? Yeah. So in the sales order, what is the structure of a sales order? Can you please mute everyone? In a sales order, the structure is header,
Header,
Item.
item, and schedule line. We finished discussing about header, we finished discussing about item, and now we are about to discuss about the schedule line. So what is schedule line? Schedule line means, what is schedule line? Anyone? Sir?
Confirmed quantity, confirmed date.
Confirmed quantity plus confirmed delivery date. That means if I create a sales order for serial number 10, X material 100 quantity, if I create a sales order, so in the backend, what happening? System is checking in the plant, in the availability check, whether this X material 100 quantity is available or not. So at this moment, system could find only X material 50 quantity. And system confirms this 50 quantity into the system, saying that X material 50 quantity, I can deliver it on 30th March. And if you have the transfer of requirements for the product planning, then system will also tell you what are the 50 quantities is not available now. It will also tell you that this 50 quantity which is not available at this moment also I can deliver, but on a different date. Right? That means you see, one line item can have multiple schedule lines. One line item can have multiple schedule lines. Schedule line is a part of line item. Okay, schedule line is a part of line item, and one line item can have multiple schedule lines like this, right? So what does a schedule line control? The most important field the schedule line will be controlling is moment type. The transaction code for schedule line is VOV6, VOV6 is the transaction. VOV6 is the transaction for schedule lines. If you see this particular chart, what we are discussing about the item categories and these all things, sales order we have only one, item category we have only one. But coming to the schedule line, we will, for every scenario, we'll have two schedule lines. You see, if it is inquiry ANAT, quotation BNBT, order
Praveen,
CST, yeah.
sorry, but there is a lag. Like right now, I can see the screen that you're logging in the system.
Okay, so you're still a lot
Yes, and it's
behind.
confusing.
We'll do
Like
one
I'm
thing.
not able to catch up. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do one thing. Once we'll log out and rejoin everyone. Okay,
Okay. Thank you.
please rejoin everyone.